No one likes to talk about money. Am I saving enough? Can I buy a house? Am I paying too much in taxes? Will I be able to retire? What if you could unlock insights about your finances in less than 5 minutes with a clear picture of where you stand today and where your money can work harder? Now you can. Visit Facet.com to take the free quiz and get your financial wellness score today. That's FACET.com. This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth Incorporated is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice.
This spring, Hyundai introduced the all-electric Ioniq 6. It's sleek, with a range of up to 360 miles. Any drawbacks? Yeah. The digital key means you're going to have to get rid of that giant keychain that holds a special place in your heart. The all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 6. Hyundai. It's your journey. Extremely limited availability. EPA estimated 361-mile range for Ioniq 6 SE long-range RWD with fully charged battery. Actual range varies based on trim and other factors. Actual charge time varies based on charging unit output, temperature, and other factors. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
Max is the streaming service for every mood. Today you're feeling like Khaleesi, the mother of dragons.
I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms.
Tomorrow you may feel like Harry Potter.
Expecto Patronum!
Sometimes you feel a little grouchy.
And I love being grouchy.
Or you feel like an adventure.
I'm on my way to Flavortown!
And sometimes you just need a laugh with friends.
Pivot! Pivot!
No matter what mood you're in, Max has it all. Max, the one to watch. Subscription required. Visit Max.com.
Second date update.
I know Brooke has said multiple times, almost suspiciously, that she's not on any dating apps.
Yeah, she always brings it up, dude.
Hey, Brooke, what are you doing over there? Not swiping on random men online, that's for sure.
I am definitely
not
not.
dating apps. I think.
Yeah,
No.
see, she's doubling down.
Keep saying
What do you want me to
All
say?
right, we're all going to believe her on this, but let's say Brooke was on the apps.
Okay.
What would her profile say?
Oh my god.
Probably, give me your name, phone number, and how many Cheetos you can fit in your mouth. And she'd pause awkwardly after phone number, so nobody would understand the Cheeto joke.
And are those puffs or the classics?
Yeah.
See?
I mean,
yeah.
Not sure what that means,
Also,
but
I come from a clown family. Ask me more.
He's a magician, okay?
Oh, you also
Don't
there's a
ask, I'll
clown
tell.
in there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
bottom line, it would probably be a total disaster. But what about the rest of the normal people out there? What's on their dating profiles?
That's normal.
Let's find out and talk to Elena, who emailed the show for help.
Okay.
Welcome to the chaos, Elena.
Hey, Elena.
Hey, everyone. How are you?
Yeah.
Elena would swipe right on me.
Yeah.
Right, Elena?
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah, way to be nice,
See?
Elena.
You into the ladies or the guys?
Well, right now we're talking about Trey.
Trey. Okay.
And what does
All right.
Trey have on his dating profile that stuck out to you?
You know what? A couple things. I mean, one, physically beautiful eyes, gorgeous smile. I mean, just typical, like, drop dead.
Yeah, and then an average of 10 Cheetos, right?
Enough with the Frito-Lay obsession.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's a beautiful man.
Yeah. And what did stick out was he loves adventures. He, like, wants to fill his time with his hobbies of adventures. And,
What does that mean? That's so vague. Like, is he specific on that?
well, he liked biking. I mean, just lots of, like, outdoorsy stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Adventures makes it sound like he likes to get out and travel and see new things.
Yeah, rock climb.
Right.
That's what I think
I
of. Like
mean, that's a
mountain
really
biking.
nice thing to say in your profile, even if it isn't true.
Yeah, it's true.
So did you meet up with him?
We did. We got some drinks, and right when he walked in, he looked so much smaller in person. Like his pictures, I made him look just a little bit
Are
more
you talking
like
height-wise? Are you talking size? Like
everything.
Everything was
It was
small.
like, yeah, and so
Elena, from your voice, it sounds like you were disappointed in how he looked physically. Is that true?
Usually smaller on a guy isn't exciting.
Yeah, no.
Well, it's
Yeah, girls
not about the size,
obsess
about
about-
how you use it.
A girl's obsessed
yeah,
about
I
height.
Not
wasn't.
height. He said everything. That's muscles. That's everything smaller.
It's just a difference.
Well,
It's-
okay, so I did bring it up. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of
You did?
surprised. Like in your photos, you look just a little bit more.
Wow.
What?
That is bold.
No.
What did he say?
Well, I wasn't mean about it, guys.
I don't know.
But also, if he's a catfish, he should get called out. I mean, if it's
That's
on
the other
purpose.
thing. There's so much craziness online, but he was laughing about it. He says, actually, I'm on a health kick. And I was like, oh, really? What kind of health kick are you on?
Okay.
And he's like, it's a huge health kick. So I've definitely lost like 30 pounds recently. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
And you're like, you didn't need to. I liked you when you were bulkier.
Yeah.
I didn't know
That's
that you
what
could.
I was thinking.
I didn't know you could shrink from that stuff too, like height-wise. But
Well, I couldn't see his height, but you know what I'm saying. Like, everything
yeah.
just looks small. So anyway,
Sure.
you not believe this. This man tells me he has a treadmill in every single room in his house.
What?
In
Is it-
every room? Please tell
Every
me it's a
single room.
one-bedroom.
Was that a joke?
No, so I start laughing because
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow, crazy health kick, yeah. And he says, no, really. My buddy and I cleaned out a warehouse that had a bunch of treadmills, ellipticals, blah, blah, blah. So they sold a bunch of them, but there were just some left over. So I kept a lot of them.
What?
so he's got like a little mini 24-hour fitness in his apartment.
Either that or he's got an area in each room to throw all of his clothes on.
There you go. Yeah, a lot of
Little
benches.
drying rack.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this isn't a red flag to you?
Well,
Treadmills get boring.
and
It
maybe
is
he's-
nice to mix
it
up the scenery.
keeps
Yeah.
him motivated. If he keeps seeing the treadmill, he'll want to eventually get fit.
And it was intimidating, too.
It was intimidating for
Okay.
you a little bit.
A
yeah.
little bit, too. But
Okay.
you know what? The conversation, we ended up laughing about it. And then it was like, we're having drinks. But we started having those fun, like, hey, let's go on another date. Let's see each other
Oh.
again. Yeah. And it turned out super fun. And out of the blue, he says to me, hey, what would you do if I show up at your house tomorrow and say, hey, let's go to the Virgin Islands and we leave in 3 hours?
What?
Whoa.
That's crazy.
And I was like, heck yeah.
Oh, you said yes. You're like a
Yeah.
wild child. You're ready to go.
Was that a joke or was he serious?
You know, I think he just threw it out hypothetically, the trip. But I am an adventurous lady.
That's interesting.
Wow.
So he sounds
Okay.
like, I mean, also like he's just a big dreamer, right? Like he's always got some
Yeah.
big grand plan and you love that idea.
Yeah, and it was fun to like daydream like that. And
Yeah.
So how did that night end?
Not in the Cayman Islands.
said bye. No, not in the payment, unfortunately.
Aw.
Well, we said bye with a hug, which was kind of
No kiss.
Yeah.
no kiss.
You
yeah.
think a guy like that would go in for a kiss if he
true.
was really wanting to take
I
you
thought
to
so too.
And it was a hug that wasn't as big of a hug as she was expecting because he's so small.
the... My arms
Yeah.
just kept going.
Yeah.
Just touch your own elbows. And he wasn't there to pick you up the next day like he threw
He
out there.
definitely didn't come by.
Okay.
No, he didn't come by. It's been like a week.
It's been a week.
Yeah, but I don't know what I did. I keep thinking, was I too much like a friend almost? Like,
I don't know. Sometimes those big dreamer people can also be big flaky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like a lot of talk and not a lot of follow
Or he's
through.
like off hiking a mountain somewhere.
That could be.
I mean,
Yeah.
But your email to us said that you've been texting with Trey a few times.
well, I've been texting. He just hasn't responded.
Oh.
Maybe he's just waiting for you to show up at his house.
What if he's literally in the Cayman Islands and was like, oh, I forgot to pick her up.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's like the Jamaican version of Home Alone. But we're going to hopefully bring it to a happy conclusion when we come back. We'll call Trey for you and try and get you your second date update. Get you over to one of those islands right after this, okay?
Awesome.
All right, hold on.
Second date update.
One man, one woman, and 20 treadmills. All running at the exact same time.
How romantic.
It's a 400-meter sprint to love.
Jump on this one!
At least how it's going for our listener, Elena. And
Oh, it's so funny.
the guy that
Trey.
she was recently
really
out
made me
with
laugh.
named Trey, because they went and grabbed some drinks. She learned that he really does have treadmills in every single room of his house.
That's just nuts.
That was the weird part of the
Yeah.
night. Afterwards, it got a lot better from there, and they were laughing together. They were planning future dates, and he even threw out a theoretical of maybe taking her to an exotic island, showing
Yeah.
up at her house and just whisking her away.
I know.
And it got her really excited. But it's been a week since that date happened, and there has been no second date and no trips abroad.
Oh, you know, it's like you felt like you recovered from the very beginning, but maybe he just really was insulted when you told him he was smaller than in his pictures.
Yeah, well, and maybe because after you patted him on the head after you
Yeah.
said that.
Do you think that's possible, Elena?
Possible. I don't know. It was a pretty fun conversation after that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
still know.
you could see his reaction.
I
so.
couldn't get over a guy telling me I looked bigger than in my pictures. Like, I wouldn't, I don't know that
But
I'd
he's
call
also
him
working
back.
out a lot, so.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. We're going to call him right now. Hopefully he's not in the middle of one of his treadmill workouts. But
That'd be amazing if he was.
we'll ask
It's so
him to hit
small, I
pause.
imagine it's like a hamster.
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen.
Let's try and call him. Here we go.
Hello?
I think
It's
we're
quiet.
safe.
Okay,
Yep,
I think we're good. Hey, is this
Yep.
Trey?
Yeah, this is Trey.
Hi,
Is it?
Trey.
You're on the radio right now with a show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
How many people are on the phone? Wait, what'd you say?
To answer your
There's
first question,
4 of us.
4 people
Uh-huh.
are in this room.
Yeah.
And this is a radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning that you're on right now.
Hey.
Why?
Yeah.
What?
Great question,
That's
Trey.
a good question.
You're
It
sharp.
helps us.
We
Yep.
like that. This is a segment called a second date update. And we're trying to help out one of our listeners get a hold of you and maybe even see if we can hook you up for another date. Because you went out with her already one time named Elena.
Oh,
Oh.
You remember her, right?
yeah, no, I know who Elena is.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, so did she have you call me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's how the segment works. We kind of get a vibe of how the first date went, and then we reach out on her behalf to try and figure out how we can get you two back together.
There's a reason she's confused. It sounds like on your date, you guys were talking a lot about like going out again and how fun that'd be.
I mean, yeah, we had a good time. She seems like she's fun, and that's great.
She said a lot of the same stuff about you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a moment, though, that was kind of a deal breaker for me. So I don't think that's going to be working out.
Oh, no.
Well, that's all right. I mean, you're allowed to have your opinions on stuff, but it would help if maybe we could know about the moment and pass that along to Elena just to help her out.
Right. It'd make her feel better to have some
Closure.
insight.
Would you mind sharing?
Okay, yeah, so weird. Okay, I guess I should explain that I have this thing that I do when I go out on a date with someone for the first time. It's kind of like a litmus test.
Oh,
Okay.
test.
We've heard a few
Oh.
of these before.
we do a lot of these dating segments, and there's a lot of people that have different types of tests when they go out, and they usually don't end very well.
Yeah, but Brooke still, she loves them.
Yeah.
Employs them in her marriage now.
I mean,
I usually ask something to the effect of like, if I show up at your door tomorrow and say a plane's leaving in 3 hours and we're going to the islands, you want to come?
Oh.
oh, it
Okay.
was.
Oh, that's the test.
Actually,
That's fun.
well, she mentioned that to us.
Yeah.
And she said that she was up for it, right?
Yeah, she told us it was a fun hypothetical question that you asked on the date.
Yeah. Did she tell you how she responded?
Like
She seemed excited.
she's like, yeah, I'm down to travel or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's the wrong answer to that question. That's like the worst answer you can give me.
Wait, let's
What?
go is the wrong
Wait.
answer?
If you're inviting someone to do something and they agree.
I thought you were like Adventure Boy.
What's the right answer?
The right answer is let me check and see if I can, or, let me look at my schedule, or,
What?
I'll have to talk to my friends or anything really, anything else that indicates that you've got a life of your own that you're living.
Oh, you
Wait,
just
what?
drop everything for a stranger. I can kind of see
But
that.
it was a hypothetical question. Like, you weren't actually doing it. Like, honestly, if you actually showed up at her door, she probably would have to make some prearrangements. Yeah.
And maybe, but she got very excited. She kept saying, I'm going to pack my bags and be ready to go. She had no indication that she has any responsibilities, that she has a
my
career
God.
she's worried about.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on.
Oh,
Well, there's
Uh-oh.
No
there's
responsibility?
spontaneity
hold
right
on,
there.
Elena.
Yep. Spontaneous.
Well, it's too late to surprise him with it now because, Trey, you've probably heard her voice at this point. That's Elena who's
What
been
would
waiting
you
to talk to
say?
you.
Great. You're so funny because you know what's so funny about my responsibilities is I probably make 3 times what you make.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait,
coming
wow.
in hot. Wow.
I mean,
that's not the point.
I guess that's a flex. Like, good on you, Elena. But why do you bring that up?
First of all, I don't think that's true.
how are you
first of
gonna
all, and
test
secondly,
somebody?
that has nothing
Okay,
to
hold
do
on.
with anything.
We need one of you at a time. Trey, what do you have to say to Elena that she
Yeah.
makes 3 times as much as you?
I say that's really unlikely. I don't believe that's true. And even if it were true, it has nothing to do with anything right now.
Okay.
Well, he sells treadmills on the side, guys. So if you ever need a treadmill or
on the
anything like
side.
that, He's very
On the
good
side.
at selling those things.
All right, let's settle this
Treadmills
once.
aren't
We'll settle this once
expensive.
and for all. Let's all go around the room and say how much money we make a year. Brooke, you start us off.
Yeah, Brooke, you first.
Well, I mean, Trey, that should be great news for you because then Elena can pay for the Cayman Islands vacation and take you with her.
Ooh,
Oh.
the tables
You know?
have turned.
Let's hop in the PJ and fly down there. I'm sure she's got one.
I mean, this all seems so silly. You guys are fighting about a hypothetical question.
Is it just a hypothetical question, or Trey, do you really do this and actually take women to islands if they give you the right answer and say, let me check my schedule first?
You sound very eager, Jeffrey.
I want to know because I'm a very, very busy man, Trey.
Jeffrey can
I've got
be
a
a
lot
woman
of
if you
hobbies and
want.
responsibilities.
If she answers, she gives a good answer to the question, we get a second date, and maybe it goes from there.
Okay.
But
Wow.
that answer is-
So it is in the cards.
It's like
Maybe.
a Lord.
Not with
It
me.
is in the cards, absolutely. Yeah, I've done it before, but it's not something that's going to happen the first night we meet.
Okay, you're like the troll under the bridge with the riddles. If you answer
Wow.
them correctly, then you can pass.
Elena,
There you go.
I'm hearing you saying, like, no, not for me. Like, why are you so closed off to it?
Are you really?
Yeah.
I would never, now that I know he tests and that there's all these like hypothetical and it's just, no, I'm over it.
Oh, no.
There's not all these hypotheticals and all these hoops. It's just one question.
But now I kind of see
Yeah.
her point because it's like he could be like, hey, do you want dessert? And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, well, you just failed another test.
It's a lot
Another
to judge,
test.
Yeah, someone's entire life on how they answer that question.
And again,
you know,
another
but-
hypothetical.
You know what, guys? It's my prerogative to ask the questions I want to ask on my first date.
Sure.
But the fact that she brought up money right away to try to one-up me is a huge red flag. It's a really low-class move. It tells me I made the right choice.
You're the one that said I didn't have responsibilities. I just wanted to let you know that my house is fully paid off.
And in
my
your mind,
car is
responsibility
too, and I have
equals
plenty of
money?
to go around. So that's the thing is you didn't even ask, but you're going to bring up that I don't have responsibilities and make yourself look good. Babe, I don't think so.
Dang,
Does
your house
anyone
is paid
else?
off?
I mean, I know you guys
In
are
this climate?
kind of
Humble
fighting
brag.
right now, but I really feel like they're a good match.
I know. hypothetically, if that never happened.
And you know what? We might have been if she didn't get me on the radio to put me on the spot.
Okay,
Oh.
now it's this.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, now it's our fault.
Yeah.
That's her test
Yeah, it's
now.
always my fault. That's the thing. This is the type of guy he is I see now.
Okay.
Oh,
this is,
man, this
I'm the
spirals.
winner! Yay!
Okay, you're not.
Even though this is going horribly, I'm going to ask anyway to send you guys out on a second date that we would pay for.
Yeah, we make so much money in gift
Locally,
cards.
though, we can't cross country borders. So
Yeah,
let's,
yeah.
let's keep it within the area code.
Not in the Cayman Islands, maybe like a Caribbean restaurant.
Yeah. Anybody?
No, that's a big hard
You know
no
what?
for me. That's a no for me.
Oh, okay. It's just a little
okay.
joke,
Yeah.
a little jab.
Elena was great. We had a lot of fun on that first date, but it's a no for me.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
mutual no, at
right.
least.
Spiral.
Now
Shocking.
I'd like to offer to send Trey and me to a private island.
Trey?
Elena, will you pay for it?
Not me. Definitely not.
Oh, come on, you make all the money.
Your house is already paid off. Come on.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
And it's too bad we couldn't get a yes from those two because I think we all agree that
Yeah.
they would have been good for each other.
I
if
mean-
they had
Yeah,
just taken a second to think about it and listen.
Sure,
I
in
think
a weird way.
if he would have just dropped that test, they would have been on a fourth
Yeah.
date by now.
That was the only thing.
Yeah.
Or if she would have laughed it off and been like, oh, that was like one dumb test. Like,
Yeah,
I can get
that
over
could
it.
be.
I don't want to
Yeah.
blame one of them because they both kind of share the blame for not hearing each other out.
Dude, the
Yeah.
money brag shocked me.
Yeah.
I'm not
That
gonna
was
lie.
surprising.
Like,
Nowhere.
good for you, but
Yeah.
that was weird.
Interesting.
It's a hard.
Not the first time she's used that in an argument.
Yeah, my house is paid off. Like, okay.
Ready to go. But I know hypotheticals are a touchy subject. The thing is, we never got to ask the real hypothetical.
What's that?
Would Brooke take a DNA test to prove her children are really her husband's? It's a hypothetical, but she keeps screaming no. And the fact that
course
she
I
says
would.
that it speaks volume. Oh, now you would?
Of course I would.
Yeah, when we're on air.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But
Are
behind
you
closed
kidding
doors,
me?
it's been no for the past 4 years.
Dude, that first baby I had looked exactly like my husband.
The second one.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the name of it, but that first one. Anyway, we're happy to do these segments and help out with your dating life. Email the show. We'll call that person who isn't calling you back. Check out all of our second date podcasts wherever you get yours at Brooke and Jeffrey.
Brooke and Jeffrey in the morning.
No one likes to talk about money. Am I saving enough? Can I buy a house? Am I paying too much in taxes? Will I be able to retire? What if you could unlock insights about your finances in less than 5 minutes with a clear picture of where you stand today and where your money can work harder? Now you can. Visit facet.com to take the free quiz and get your financial wellness score today. That's FACET.com. This ad is sponsored by Facet. Facet Wealth Incorporated is an SEC registered investment advisor. This is not an offer to buy or sell securities, nor is it investment, legal, or tax advice.
For dogs, fear and anxiety can sound like this. If that sounds like your dog during scary stuff like thunderstorms and fireworks, travel, or when you leave them home alone, Thundershirt can help. Thundershirt provides gentle calming pressure by easily and comfortably wrapping around your dog's torso, keeping them calm, and is shown to help in over 80% of dogs with anxiety. Order now at buythundershirt.com and receive a free bag of calming chews with the purchase of any Thundershirt. That's buythundershirt.com.
The sweet sounds of summer in Minnesota. Summer means music in Minnesota. Let our summer concerts and festivals move you. Enter your dream state at exploreminnesota.com.